Hello everyone, welcome one, welcome all. Again, for those of you who don't know me, which is probably most of you, my name is Gerson and this channel is sincerely yours. Alright, now, finally, the moment you all have been waiting for is the reason why I even started this channel in the first place. Drum roll please! A hair dryer review. I'll edit excited sounds in. Alright, so I got a little story about why I ended up with 3 hair dryers, and if you're here because you really care about the reviews and you really don't care about my story at all, I will put a timestamp in the description so you can figure out where the review starts. But if you care to find out how I ended up here, keep watching. Alright. So why did I end up with 3 hair dryers? No, it wasn't to do a YouTube video review at all. I wanted to splurge on something, and all this time, while I've been figuring out my hair routines, every time I do that, I ended up buying a product to try something new in my hair or whatnot. But as I said, I more or less feel like I figured out my hair. And so lately I haven't been feeling the need to go ahead and buy new products and stuff. There's some things I want to try, but it's not priority at the moment. So I thought, let's try a hair dryer. It's like it's time. It's time. I need to treat myself, you know. So I went ahead and I looked up Ionic hair dryer. Why Ionic? What's Ionic? No idea. But I wanted it. So I was like, you know what? Let's go Amazon, type, Ionic hair dryer, and guess what comes up? A bunch of fake Dyson looking things. And as many of you hair community people know, the Dyson is like the glory hair dryer that all hair YouTubers and whatnot are using. But I ain't about to spend $400 on a hair dryer because I'm a broke boy. So, but I thought, hey, 40 bucks, a Dyson lookalike, a fake Dyson, a Fixon, if you will. Sold. You know what? It's probably gonna be better than my $16 blow dryer, and I can live my best life, my fantasy, you know? Let's go. So I bought the first one. It had 4.5 stars, and I was like, you know what? This is good. This is good. As it shipped, somehow it went from 4.5 to 4 stars. And I was like, let me read some of those reviews. What do you know? We got a lot of stop working after 4 weeks. Barely gets warm. And I was like, maybe I chose the wrong Fixon, you know? I should have like done a little bit more research. And I decided right then and then, before even getting the first hair dryer, I thought, let's get a second Fixon. It's only 10 bucks more, so we'll go from 40 to 50, and it'll be better quality. It's better reviewed. It's not gonna go down. And up to this point, I ain't planning no YouTube. Everything's fine. But then a day passes, and I received the first hair dryer, and boy, it was something. And I will go ahead and tell you all about it soon. But needless to say, I was like, this ain't it. This ain't it. It's a piece of plastic. It barely gets warm. You know what? The review's coming up soon. But needless to say, I was like worried. I was like, what if all Fixons are just fake Dysons that don't care at all about if it works, and it's just all about the looks? I'm about to spend $40-50 on this blow dryer that doesn't even work, just for the Dyson look, and no. So now, before the second hair dryer got here, I got the third one. 3. And this one is just like a professional, 70 bucks, so now it went up 20, but it's nice, compact, different settings and stuff. It looked real cute, nice, different little gadgets that it comes with. I was like, well, let's go. So another day goes by and the second Fixon arrives, and I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm very much pleasantly surprised. Again, review coming soon. But I was like, if I had gotten this first, no YouTube, no videos, this would have been it, and I would have gone out with my very happy life. But that's not what happened. Third hairdryer came in the very next day, and here we are. Now, without further ado, boom, 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 time for the reviews. Alright, first up, let's get this one just right out of the way. It's called the Sriak. The Spark. I am not really sure how you pronounce that at all, but here it is. Alrighty, so first off, obviously it's got the Dyson look, minus the little hole, but I mean, let's be real, this is 40 bucks. It came in this just little plastic setup with a little white average looking box. Nothing special, and deservedly so, because this is the worst piece of crap that I've ever used. I was using a $16 pharmacy hairdryer, and this thing couldn't even beat that. It's 40 bucks. The quality of this thing it feels like plastic. It feels like those toys you get from McDonald's that basically feel like you put two pieces of plastic together and then you use heat to sew the seams together, and it has something that rattles inside. This is it. It also has a little weird, it's a sound that my mom also heard that kind of bothers me when it's turned on. And if that wasn't enough, it also barely gets warm. I'm like, you have one job. You have one job and you failed. Ja basic. So I could not recommend this less. Thanks to this, I mean, if I have one positive thing to say, is that because of this, I decided to even do this YouTube channel in the first place. Without you, this would have never happened. So either thank this guy or send it to hell, because now you're suffering through this. Alright, next. So the next hairdryer is also another Dyson, and it's called the Shrate. And I don't like that name. I really hate that name because it's real close to another word that I'm sure they don't want associated with their product. But I wasn't mad at it. I was like pleasantly surprised. Here's the guy. Now, obviously another Dyson look-alike. I wasn't mad at this. This has some heft to it, so it didn't feel cheap to the touch. The seam, you will not be able to tell as much in this camera, but it's not like as I said on the previous one, that it's just basically two melted pieces of plastic. It feels like it's a well-connected piece. I don't know if that makes sense, but the seam is just very nice. It doesn't feel cheap, even though it's only 50 bucks. I don't know what's the range of quality for hair dryers, but as I said in the little story, if I had received this first, I would not have bought anything else, and this would have been it. This met my expectations completely. It didn't blow me away, but if you want to go for the Dyson look without paying the Dyson money, I mean, it's here. It's here. It does its thing. But for 50 bucks, you probably can go better. It also came in this little plastic thing. Oops. Plastic thing, very similar to the other one. The diffuser for us curly people, it's tiny. I don't like it. It felt okay, but I felt like I had to move this around my hair a lot to dry out my hair, and I want to decrease the amount of time it takes to dry my hair. So this didn't do it for me. I know it's trying to copy also the Dyson diffuser design, but I'm sure with the Dyson technology helps dry out the hair faster. This I wish was bigger. But overall, again, not mad at it. Also it came in a slightly slicker Amazon, a very much slicker-ish design box. I will post this. So for those people who care about that, this was a little nicer. Not by much, but it was. I felt a little like there was a little bit more attention paid to it than just some white box rather of like a shoe box, sort of. All right. My last guy over here is this one, the Wazer. Now, I guess it goes without saying, but to all my 10 subscribers, none of this is sponsored. I just wanted to talk about it. This thing is awesome. And I don't know much about hair dryers, but God, I love this thing. It definitely dries my hair faster. I love that it has different settings, so you can choose how hot you want to go separately from the velocity or speed of the air. Obviously, it has a cool blast. It also came with a lot of different tickets that I feel like I'm gonna use for like curly peeps. Like, in simple, this little brush that you can use to dry exactly at your roots and puff them out. Obviously, with my shorter hair at the moment, it's not needed, but I have a feeling I will use this guy eventually. But for what I wanted it for is this little guy, which I absolutely love. I love the design of it. I love how big it is, obviously. Much different than the Fixon over there. And I feel like this one distributes heat better. I don't know if you can tell, like, those things can go straight up to your roots, and I love that. And it's just nice and even, and it feels nice. What else is there to say? Also, for those of you who care, and I don't as much, but I was kind of glad about it. The very nice looking box that it came in. It feels like you're opening something special. And I don't know, it just feels like they gave a little bit of an F. I shall open this now for you guys. We go over here. And then it's the same little plastic situation on the bottom. Yeah, of course, it's not crazy. It's just the same sort of plastic situation that the other ones came, but just a little bit of extra love to it. It made it feel nice. As how it dries the hair itself, as I said, it's definitely fast. I would say it says professional hair dryer on it. I'm not a professional. I don't want to claim I am. And I went a little nuts trying this thing. And I went on high heat and I burned myself like an idiot right freaking there. So I would recommend being careful. It definitely gets hot. So be careful. This thing gets really hot, but it really dries out your hair real quick. And you can, again, change the settings and the speed of the air so you don't burn your hair off. Without a doubt, this Wazer hairdryer is the baby that I'll be keeping. I like that the cable is the longest cable out of them three. Still could have been a little bit longer, but hey. I will be definitely keeping this baby. I ended up giving my $16 blow dryer to a friend because he needed it for his dog. So I will also be keeping this second Fixon. Look at that. And I'll just give it to mom and to use for house stuff and our dog as well. And I'll just use this for myself. And alright, this will be a wrap to the video. Thank you guys so much if you stuck all the way to the end. I want to see a little bit more about me and what I'm going to be about. There's only one other video in my channel. You can check that out. If you see it and you like what you see, maybe leave a like, consider subscribing, who knows. Thanks again for watching. I will try to make at least one video for you guys a week. Still don't know what my rhythm is or what I'm gonna do, but hey, hopefully you're up for the journey with me. Again, thanks again for watching. This channel is sincerely yours, and I will see you guys on the next one.